slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your dish splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Give me that. To the trends. See you, Lee, be the band.
Welcome to Bleachers Speakers. I'm your host, June. I got my boy. Well, I don't have Foster with me today. I'm here with my NFC North comrades. We'll go around the room and introduce ourselves formally. But in the meantime, before we do that, I want to remind everybody to subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube. We are nearing that 400 subscriber mark. So please keep doing what you're doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels that you can hear us on. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can find us, Bleachers and Speakers, FFSN, in your search. Make sure you download those episodes. Make sure you turn that notification bell on so when we drop content, you will get an alert. I got my boys with me. I am back in the building. Hopefully I can do this more often. But, you know, duty calls sometimes. I took the week off, and I promised Foster I would be here to make sure he's on a tour of some sort, out of town, another flight. That's how rich people do. But we'll go around the room.
To catch baseball, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a lot of money to go see, you know, exhibition games and out of town. You know?
I agree.
So
you gotta have a lot of money to deal with the TSA situation right now. That's what it is.
Yeah.
See, us common folk, who's like, you know what, we want to stay away from the airport because it's a little bit too pricey right now. You got to be there 5 hours. Foster, you know, he too good for lines. He go right through. He got a secret entrance. That's how much money he got.
Yeah, I mean, you know, private jets. You know, Anyway, go around. We'll go around. We'll start with Dave. Tell them who you are, in case they've been under a rock and ain't been paying attention, and tell them where they can find you.
I'm Dave. I'm the executive producer over at Vikings First and Skull. We're on YouTube and all your favorite podcast aggregators. And we talk Minnesota Vikings. And happy new league year to all of you.
Well done. Well done. Hey.
What's up, everybody? I'm one of the guys over here at Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. You usually hear my voice when it's something Bears related, probably mostly on the bad side. Bad news Bears pay is what they call me. But you can check all of us out at anywhere you get your pods. Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel, available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, any of these places.
Well, that segues into what I want to talk about there, Pay, because I'm the number one hater of all that's not in this, not on my team. But
that's
I gotta admit, man, the Bears have been cooking this offseason, following a very good season as well. Tell the people what the Bears have done thus far, and I just commend what they've been doing and the direction they're going. But I'll let you go ahead and tell people.
Well, during the tampering period, the Bears have been a little busy. I think the biggest signing they've done so far was bringing in Kobe Bryant. They did exactly what the Bulls couldn't do 20 years ago. They actually did get Kobe Bryant, former safety of the Seattle Seahawks. They brought him in on a 3-year, $40 million deal. What's good about him is he's versatile. I don't think he's necessarily great in coverage. I don't think he's necessarily the best in playing in the box, but he can do both. Coming into the league, I believe he was a corner, nickel corner, if I'm not mistaken. And then he moved up to safety because he's a bigger frame. That just tells you right there, like the key word about him is versatility. He knew it all. And if you've watched DA's defenses over the years, he loves a versatile safety. That's no slight to the safeties we had last year. We had two really good safeties, Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard, but they're more so traditional safeties. Byard a more center fielder, and Jaquan Brisker are more of a extra linebacker. This guy, Mr. Bryant, he can do both. Hopefully, he can score an 82-pointer in football terms for the Bears this season.
Yeah. I like the Devin Bush pickup though. Being
I do too.
That's a sideline linebacker. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the best thing about Devin Bush is not necessarily his range. I mean, he's fast. The key word from Ryan Poles this season, he wanted to get faster on defense. I think the best thing about Devin Bush is his ability to cover, though. He is he had a tremendous season this past year with the Cleveland Browns. So his signing it helps the Bears in two ways. One, he's a better cover corner than we had with T.J. Edwards, Noah Sewell, and Tremaine Edmonds. No slight to those guys, all great in their own respect. But Devin Bush is just a little bit more solid in that area, and he's cheaper. 3 years, $30 million. I like that because it's a lot of bang for your buck right there. If he can replicate that 124 tackle season he had last year for the Browns and bring that to Chicago, bring it to the shores of Lake Michigan, away from Lake Erie they play on. Lake Erie. Ugh, disgusting. Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan, we could love that. But yeah, all of that, those are the two biggest additions that Bears have had. They had people that go out the door. Kevin Byard was signed up by the Patriots this year. Today, I believe. Nashawn Wright, Pro Bowler. You all are familiar with him. He's left the Bears. He's now a New York Jet. So I mean, you win some, you lose some, but not the worst thing in the world. Oh, also, the Bears did also trade. You made a trade. They sent a 5th rounder to the New England Patriots, the aforementioned Patriots. Garrett Bradbury is the name. When the deal was originally made and we was doing this show, I originally said, "Oh, yeah, it's just a depth piece, just a depth piece." I still believe he's just a depth piece, but because I assumed that the Bears are going to get, maybe not get, but be heavily involved in the running for get Tyler Linderbaum, or maybe draft a center at some point in the draft. Well, I mean, didn't get Linderbaum. I'm assuming we'll talk about that later.
Oh, but, yeah.
Garrett Bradbury he's no slouch though. He's been around the league for a little while. He's was the starting center for the Patriots last year. Started all games. It's a bit of a down step from Drew Dalman, but not too much in my opinion. The one thing I do caution with Mr. Bradbury is his center of gravity strength. I do not need our center getting pushed into the lap of our quarterback. So while, June, you did kick this little segment off saying, yeah, you are excited. Well, not excited, but you are impressed with what the Bears are doing. I mean, not too shabby, but there is some, there's some little cause for concern.
Okay. I just thought they had some good. I was just more infatuated with the safety pick in Devin Bush. It's those two. If you grab those two in the offseason, you're doing something. Brisker was gone or being rumored. I don't know what happened to him, but they were saying that he wouldn't be back, and you got an instant replacement for Brisker, and you got a side-to-side linebacker you can't go wrong with. So I was just enamored of those two. But Dave, Vikings have been a little busy too as well lately. I think we were the Vikings were a little quiet like we were in the beginning, but there's been some moves made.
Well, they had to get under the cap, and that was the biggie.
I think that was for us too. We had to.
Well, all 4 teams had to get under the cap, but we were the biggest one over the cap. We were $45 million over the cap, and we did get over the cap or under the cap. It took a lot of people being cut or traded or whatever. Jalen Naylor was a wide receiver 3, very good wide receiver 3. We thought he'd have a market. He went to the Raiders.
They are,
and got
they are
paid
spending.
good money. And we sort of wonder if that's going to all unwind with what happened with them this weekend or last couple days. We have we re-signed Eric Wilson, our other linebacker, to a long 3-year deal, which is really more like 2 years. He'll be 32, I believe, this year. So we're like, TJ Hawkinson, we renegotiated his contract and reduced the cost of it, and he will be a free agent after the 2026 season. Justin Jefferson, we restructured his contract. All we did is pay out some bonuses. Same with Christian Darrisaw and Byron Murphy. That got us underneath the cap. Jonathan Grenard is a trade option, and I have little birdies telling me that may happen. We'll have to watch. Javon Hargrave was one of the defensive tackles released. He has already signed with another team in the NFC North. He had 2 years, $23 million. I thought I just read.
Don't say the green team.
Yeah, it's the green team. And so it is what it is. Jonathan Allen's the other defensive tackle we cut. The only free agent signing we've had besides our own is James Pierre out of Pittsburgh. He was their cornerback 3-ish, and he scored outstanding against the pass last year. He is an older guy. He's 29, I believe, and he has just gotten better and better and better, and he will be our CB3 when it all comes down to an end, works out in the end. We'll have Byron Murphy. He'll move into nickel when we bring Pierre on, and we'll have Isaiah Rodgers on the other side. And we re-signed our long snapper, especially after losing our punter to the Saints.
Okay. Well,
Gotta have that long snapper.
It's a very important position.
He's a 3-time All-Pro long snapper, and he'll be 43, I believe, this season.
Yeah,
Andrew DePaulo.
Yeah, got to get that position right. I mean,
but with letting Mr. Wright off to the Saints, and he's going to be good for the Saints, we now are looking for a new punter / holder for the best kicker in the NFL.
Okay. Now, have you paid attention to anything the Green Bay has done? Because I know I don't.
They lost a few players.
Yes, they did.
That's always good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
What have they lost?
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary.
I know Rashawn Gary went to Dallas. Malik Wilson went to the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Romeo Doubs, I believe, was traded.
Dobbs went to New England.
Yeah.
The bobble-headed man himself.
Yeah, I like it. Way to go. I like it. Yeah.
Basement Packers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the changing of the guard is official. I mean, it did change. I mean, Bears won the division, and I don't think Green Bay is going to be a contender in the division at the beginning of the season. I just don't.
They added linebacker Zaire Franklin.
Just don't spoil it for us, Dave. This is Green Bay bashing.
Quarterback Benjamin St. Jude.
That's a good pickup, though. That's a good pickup.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, though. I mean, it is what it is. We'll deal with those guys later. As far as the Lions, day one, which is Monday, if you could see the frustration and the pain that I endured on Monday, you guys probably would have enjoyed it to the fullest. Ending the day with getting a center, not a $81 million center, but we got a center. I don't even know his name. I know his first name is Cade. That's it.
Cade Mays.
Cade Mays. Yeah, we got him, and we got a former Bear as a tackle, Baroom, I believe. Hold on a second. So yeah, so our biggest issue last year was, in my opinion, the offensive line. Defense played okay sometimes, but that offensive line was consistently not good. And we had Glasgow at center. We got a center whose PFF was a little bit better than his, but he's probably not the best center available. The best center available was $81 million for 3 years, and I'll give that a hard pass every time. I can't do it.
Steep.
It's very steep. I think it's outrageous. And
well, when you thought you weren't going to have to pay your Pro Bowl edge because you traded him,
regardless, man, that's like, can you imagine like more centers wanting that kind of money?
Well, he's the highest paid center ever.
And it's like
by percentage of cap.
And you know what the market negotiations do, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a better center than Lindenbaum. He got 3 years, 81. I'm good for at least 4 years, 85. That's a pay cut. It's still ridiculously high.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who the Raiders were negotiating against. Because all the reports are like, yeah, most people coming in around 22, 23 for Lindenbaum, and then they gave him 30. Like, okay.
They wanted to make sure they landed that guy.
I think the less cynical part of me is thinking like, well, you know what? They were getting rid of Crosby. They was going to be so much underneath the cap that they had to start overpaying people so they can get over that floor. That's the part of me that's probably thinking about this in a more reasonable sense. The other part of me, the part of me that I wear the most, is thinking like they went to one of those casinos. They went to one of those blackjack tables and stayed there a little too long and got and drunk their weight in free alcohol, and they just came back to the office and just started doing stuff. Vegas, you know what happens in Vegas, you know what they say.
Mm-hmm. And so day 2, Lions picked up Pacheco, former running back from Kansas City. And then you had a lot of people that, questioned that because it was like, why don't you just keep Demo? Well, Demo didn't want to stay. Montgomery didn't want to be here. You can't make anybody stay that wants to be here. They honored him by trading him. There was somebody that just put this up. I don't know about this, where Tim, shout out to my boy Tim, he said, did you see what Montgomery said about the Lions? He left because he felt like he would never win a Super Bowl in Detroit. I didn't see that, but I do know he had an interview a day before he was traded, and a lot of that stuff was leaked that he said before the interview was out. And they were, from the interview, they were saying he doesn't want to be in Detroit, and then he tried to say I didn't say that. Next day he was traded. So I don't know if he said that per se, but right after that interview, he was traded the next day. So my thing is, you can't make anybody be here that don't want to be here. And for a consolation prize, picking up Pacheco, that's pretty good in my eyes. That's a good pickup. Go ahead, Pam. I'm sorry.
I was going to. I like Pacheco. I don't know about when you juxtapose him versus David Montgomery. I'm not too sure about who I like more. I actually think, and you may not agree with this, but based on Pacheco's last 2 seasons, I think you might be. You probably should have forced Dave to stay.
I mean, I would have liked to have Montgomery instead. I just, if you're dealing with circumstance, he didn't want to be here. So you had to pick somebody up. And like I know, them Rutgers boys been playing pretty good in the backfield lately.
Mhm.
So, and Foster just said, even from his private jet, that there'll be at least pressure. There'll be least pressure to split the carries Gibbs can eat. Yeah. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. So
It just proves they have Starlink on this jet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that good Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So he's on his way to Lakeland, Florida, I believe. Must be nice. Anyway,
well, I've got another question. Why'd you guys let Anzalone go?
That was something that was going into the works. Like the last extension he got, he wanted a 3 or 4 year extension. They only gave him like a year extension, and we knew that was going to happen. He was looking for a better deal than what the Lions were willing to give, and that's all that was. He went with what was best for him. Same for let's see, somebody that was same for Meek Robinson. He wanted so much money, and he gave up more receiving yards. He gave up more. He gave up more receiving yards in the league last year. I think he gave up 700 and some yards while playing in coverage. So more power to you. He's a commander now. So, and you can't make anybody stay that wants to leave. To go get that bag. And yeah, he got $8 million a year. So and that was more than what the Lions were willing to pay. So, I think it was today Teddy Bridgewater signed. We had lost our backup to Buffalo, so we needed a second string quarterback. So they signed Bridgewater, and I think that was something that was in the making anyway. I think he was going to be here regardless. I can't think of. I think that's about it as far as the transactions go. Rocky Ya-Sin, the cornerback. He was there last year. They re-signed him to a $4 million deal. Foster, if you're listening, I missed anybody, but I think that's about it as far as that goes. The biggest news today was that Goff restructured his deal, so it freed up like $32 million in cap space. Restructured his deal. Released Josh Pascal today. He was a defensive lineman that barely played last year. He had cancer, but he fought through it and played the year before. Didn't play much, if any, last year, but he was released. That was the last transaction from the Lions. So I think that about covers it. Before we continue, we're going to take a quick break. And we get back, we'll talk more of this free agency frenzy. Hopefully, we can refresh our timelines of whatever we're looking at. And there's been some more action. Don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see in a second. Give us about 10 seconds. Okay, and we're back. More on the NFC North. Fellas, let's go around the room. Do you expect any other transactions to go on with your team, Dave?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're in the hunt for getting the diminutive one, Mr. Kyler Murray. He was officially released as of 4 Eastern today, the start of the new league year. And he is, from the way that I get it, he will be in Minnesota here in, should be there already. So,
okay,
we'll find out. He's down to 2 teams, Minnesota or the Steelers.
Okay.
And the Steelers have an issue. Everybody's telling us, they're going with Rodgers. They're going with Rodgers. Well, they haven't supposedly given Rodgers an offer yet. So
I don't think they know what they're going to do with Rodgers. I don't think that's written in stone.
well,
I think, Dave, I think it's the other way around. Rodgers has told them that, you know what, you may give me an offer. He hasn't got to that point in the offseason yet where he's accepting an offer.
Is that it?
Yeah. I think it's more to, I don't think they know what's going to happen with that situation.
You know how A-Rod get down.
Yeah, we're going to get an offer and he'll retire or whatever before we find out who his wife is.
What's this I'm hearing about Kirk?
About who?
Kirk Cousins. There could be a possibility.
He was officially released this afternoon as well.
I'm hearing there's a possibility he could return.
Oh, no.
Come on, Dave.
He's
a party pooper.
He's looking to go to what looks like Las Vegas. He'll be a backup for their new drafted QB. And the whole reason they got Linderbaum, they wanted the best center in the league to take that rookie QB under his wing or under his backside, teach him.
Let me ask you guys, this is off subject, but these quarterbacks, I think Mendoza is going to be going first out of Indiana. How high are you on him?
I think he's.
I don't think he's not that super. He's not that impressive to me. Obviously, he's the best quarterback in this crop, but I think I think his ceiling is. I think his ceiling is just as high as his backup ceiling was.
Who's the other quarterback that's going to be drafted high?
There isn't one.
Get out of Oregon.
There's was it Simpson or something like that? That's talking about the bottom of the first round sneaking in.
Yeah. But you know, what messed it up is the kid out of Texas. He was supposed to be in this draft class.
Mm-hmm. Archman.
Don't you get tired of these rich kids always messing stuff up?
Yeah. He was supposed to be in this draft class. He's going to be in the next draft class, but he's definitely supposed to be a part of this one.
You think he's going to be in the next draft class? You might just mess that. F that again.
Well, he decided he didn't want to go to the Jets with the number 2 pick, so
yeah,
he went back to school and he's making $7 million down in Austin. And
are you sure he decided
he'll get to go to the Jets?
I think he's ducking the Saints. I think he's ducking the Jets. I think he just him and Archie are doing something that they're doing a thing. They're doing an Eli thing.
Yeah. That's not, I mean, does it surprise you? It stays in the family. They've done that before.
Yeah, as Danny DeVito said, Eli's. I don't believe nothing coming out of that family.
Hey, do you expect anything more coming out of your camp within the next few days or so?
I don't. If they do anything else, it'll be on the minor side. I neglected to mention that the Bears did sign Khalif Raymond. Shout out to him. Anything else the Bears do from now in between, before the draft, it'll be a shock to me. I don't think it'll be anything splash worthy. A 5th wide receiver here or a 4th, a rotating tackle there, make something minor. Nothing. I don't think there's really anybody left out there that's splash worthy. But for the Bears, no, I think they spent most of their available cap. It's just now we're moving on to the draft.
Yeah, I'm not too hell bent on or thinking that the Lions don't want to do anything of significance. I think it'll be like very little subtle pickups. I mean, people that's already people within the organization last year that they might re-sign, but nothing crazy. As far as I'm concerned, anything happens now, it's just like, okay, I don't think nothing big. It's like MSU Detroit fan says picking up scraps again. I think this is about that time for us to do that, as far as that. The question of the day, though, this center, this $27 million a year center. I want you guys to put your GM hats on. Do you make that deal? And considering you need a center, Dave,
I don't.
do you squeeze the trigger?
You go
3
out,
years, $81 million.
you go out and get the best one in the league. He's young. You're going to draft Mendoza. I think it's now you paid him an awful lot. Like I said, he's the highest paid center ever by percentage of cap, and that's the way you got to judge it is by percentage of cap. He's making 50% more than the guy behind him, and it's an awful lot of money. Now, he's on offensive lineman for percentage of cap. He ranks number 20 overall time.
Okay.
The 19 in front of him are all offensive tackles.
Yeah. They've usually the most expensive person on the offensive line, the tackles.
But the center's probably the most important because he makes sure the line is all set for the play. They're generally smart. They've got to be good at what they do. They've got to communicate well. They either call the blocking if the quarterback doesn't, which more teams are going towards the center calling the blocking. And I like seeing big round bellies get their pay just as well as, the overpriced little guys that tend to flame out quicker. But it's an awful lot of money.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Pay. Caleb Williams needs a center. You need the best. You got the best one at your exposure. Are you paying $81 million over 3 years for it?
I agree with Dave. The center position, the only guy on that line who rivals him in terms of importance is the left tackle, especially if you have a right-handed quarterback. And why would you not have a right-handed quarterback? Because a left-handed quarterback, why would you want one of those, Atlanta? Why would you do that?
I was about to say Atlanta's two of them.
Yeah. You're asking for trouble. You got two. You got one. Now you got two. Wow, that's terrible. But in any case, the center, as Dave mentioned, they are the captains of that offensive line. The left tackle, he protects the bacon of your most important player on your team. So those two guys, they switch off on a measure of importance. And I say all this to tell you that hell no, am I giving a center that much money? For one, they don't cost that much.
Illuminati got him like, hey, don't.
I thought I was going to be the one that bailed early on this show today.
Yeah.
Now, when you think of the offensive line, you think of them as a whole, and you think of it as 1/5. But it is, like I said, it's one of the most important positions on the O-line.
Yeah.
And you've got to pay those guys if you want really, really good ones. And hopefully they stay healthy.
Yeah.
You don't get too many concussions, Mr. Kelly.
And I'm not saying ignore the center position. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can find something else instead of 3 years for $81 million. I think you can make a center better if you offer him half of that. Hey, out of the remaining crop. Look, I'll give you $40 million, man. You come in here for 3 years and do your thing. And there's more where that came from. I think we can do that. But me personally, that's just a lot of money. And I don't know if I probably, I wouldn't be mad if my team did it until after the fact. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad at any GM that says, no, I'm not paying that kind of money. Just can't do it. I got a wide receiver I'm gonna have to pay. I got a running back I gotta pay. I got a tight end that's gonna want this kind of money. They're not gonna settle for less than what the center's making.
And then when the Ravens backed out on the Crosby deal, they suddenly jumped back over the cap. I haven't seen what they did to get under it.
Ooh, the Ravens. The Ravens are going to be.
Ooh,
They put themselves into a nice little pickle, didn't they? But
yeah.
yeah, to button up that center conversation, if my center starts becoming that expensive, I go draft another one, and you find the best centers in the draft in the second and third round,
Yeah.
maybe in the fourth. I'm not going to pay for.
You're gonna get an understudy real quick.
Mhm.
teach him the way. Yeah, I mean, God, it's getting to the point, man, where these positions of need, man, that money, that market is driving that money up. It's like you're not gonna be able to afford 3 or 4 all pros.
You got to be smart to build the team right.
Yeah,
And the rookie quarterback, that's it. That's one of those hacks. If you have a good rookie quarterback, you can build the rest of the team until he gets to a second contract.
and then when he gets to his second contract, then
Then you're sacrificing the rest of the team.
It is getting expensive. Any word if Bezos or Ballmer they want to buy a football team?
I don't know. Seattle's for sale.
Are they?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. It's gonna be interesting.
Ballmer knows how to pay guys, legally and illegally.
I know I've been gone for a minute, but did you guys at least enjoy the Super Bowl?
It was
I
battle.
the parts of the Super Bowl that I watched was enjoyable. Now, I did sleep through a good portion of the Super Bowl too. So, and I did enjoy that part as well.
Are you getting old pay?
No, I was just a little
uninterested.
It was a good lullaby. Put it to that. Pigskin lullaby.
Yeah, I actually didn't see a snap. I had to work. Yes, I worked on Super Bowl Sunday.
Damn you, capitalism.
Yeah, and afternoons I didn't get out of there until the game was over. It's crazy. So
I get you some streaming on your phone.
For the work I was doing that particular day, I usually don't have to roll my sleeves up, but we were expecting the CEO was actually walking through the next day. So there was a lot of work that needed to be done, a lot of cleaning, a lot of moving stuff around. There was no time to watch anything.
Mowing the grass, painting the rocks white, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So we actually we didn't even have time for lunch. We had to order Outback from DoorDash from Outback. You know what I'm saying? That was and we took 10 minutes to eat that and we was right back to it. It was crazy.
When a walk through the day after the Super Bowl is diabolical.
It's diabolical. Diabolical. But we did very well. We had a very good walkthrough. They were impressed. So it paid off. Not a place back in shambles ever since, but we knew it was going to go back bad, but hey, we had to, polish it up that day. So it is what it is. What's next? When is the draft?
April 24th, I'm not mistaken, right?
End of April.
And where is it taking place?
Pittsburgh.
Why? Why Pittsburgh?
Well, I mean,
they won the bid.
Yeah, well, that's the right answer. I mean, it's one of those favorite NFL cities. I'm gonna have boots on the ground. I'm going to the draft this year.
Really?
Yeah.
You went to that draft and didn't go to the Green Bay one?
Yeah, it's odd, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's closer to, Chicago. I mean, it
just goes to show you how shitty Wisconsin is. I'll go further away.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna during draft coverage, I think I'm gonna take a couple of days off. I'm gonna take a couple of days off and enjoy the draft. That's what I'm gonna do. Definitely gonna do it.
Cool.
And cover it in depth. I'm gonna be doing a lot of blogging. I'm gonna take another week off soon. And because I got so many vacation hours and they don't roll over. So you have to use them all by October. It's
use them or lose them. Yep.
Yes. So I was actually, I was not pushed or forced to take a few days off this week, but it was like, hey man, you know, it's about that time. You've been here 9 months and ain't missed a day. Let's keep your mind straight. And this is I participated in Ramadan this year. So no, I'm not Muslim, but you know, you get that attitude around 1 o'clock because you can't eat or drink anything after sunrise. So until sunset. So my attitude been showing the past couple weeks. So,
daylight saving time it's not a fun day for you.
No, like now it's like at first I was able to eat or drink at 6:30. Now it's 7:30. So, but in the morning it's an hour. I have another hour more to eat and drink before the day starts. So, but I'd rather I'd rather be like it was. Daylight savings made it rougher. So, well, fellas, I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. I know Dave has a show.
Yes.
The
news breaks, we go live.
He's on the go. So
we're waiting for the news to break.
We'll close out. If you have any last words, we can start with you, Pay. When if you got anything you want to say before we get out of here.
Stay tuned. We were supposed to have a Bears free agency wrap up or recap that was supposed to post earlier today before this show. Technical difficulties has pushed that back. It should post sometime today, hopefully, if support can get their act together. Don't blame me. But be on the lookout for that, as well as the return of more baseball coverage in the later in the weekend. As always, Monday is basketball for the baddies. You have the Central Division and the Chicago Bullshot Bulletin. So all of these great offerings at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, available live on YouTube and everywhere else you get your pods.
All right, Dave.
Well, like you said, we've got a couple of live shows coming up. They may merge together because we know there's a couple things happening in Minnesota. One of them has to do with Kyler Murray. The other one will be not so much a surprise. Most people can figure it out. And then we'll have the Real Forno show tomorrow night as we recap what we're doing in free agency. We're moving in, I think most of the initial wave, the high dollar people have already agreed to contracts days ago type stuff. So all that's moving through. We're in the tier 2 and we'll hit, tier 3 to fill out the roster either right before or right after the draft. But we're locked and loaded, ready to go. We're busy over at Vikings First and Skol.
That is dope. Make sure you tune into these people's YouTube channels, man. They're a great watch, great entertainment, great energy from Pay's staff, because he has staff, and Dave and his co-host, and so it's good stuff to watch, man. So make sure you tune into those. Also, for us, make sure you subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube. Make sure you check us out on all the aggregators. If anything pops off as far as any big transactions that happen within the next couple of days, I'm off. I will go live. I will talk about it. I'll do a wrap up probably Sunday. Maybe Foster is back by then. It may be just me by myself, but I'll do a wrap up and I'll talk about what's going on. I'll keep everybody informed in case they don't pay attention. But guys, it was great to be back today. I'm going to try, and I've been trying and just been so unsuccessful in trying to be at more shows, but I'm going to make sure my director sees this episode and let him know what I've been missing out on. But it's great to be back today. I miss you guys. I miss doing the show. Same energy as it's always been. This has been my escape, right? When you find something that you like to do, and and it's been taken away from me for the last 9 months. Like I haven't been able to do shows like I want to. But I want to thank you guys for accepting me back and, with open arms. And I appreciate you guys for everything that you do.
Damn capitalism.
Gotta eat.
Gotta eat. Until next time, make sure you subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers. Make sure you subscribe to First and Skull. Make sure you subscribe to Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan.
Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop letting shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back.